Good day, everyone. Today I want to share with you a message of hope, faith, and resilience, inspired by one of the most comforting promises in Scripture, Jeremiah 29, verse 11. The verse says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Doesn't that verse fill you with reassurance? It's like hearing directly from the Creator of the universe that your life matters, your struggles have meaning, and your future is secure. But how do we hold on to this promise, especially when life feels overwhelming? Let's take a moment to unpack this powerful verse and discover how we can live motivated by its truth. God's plan is personal. The verse begins with, "For I know the plans I have for you." Notice how personal this is. God doesn't say, "I know the plans for the world," or "I know some general plan." No, he says, "The plans I have for you." Let that sink in. The God who created the stars and set the earth spinning has a specific plan for your life. Isn't that incredible? You are not a random accident. You are not an afterthought. You are intentionally created with a unique purpose. Even when you feel invisible, overlooked, or insignificant, this verse reminds you that God sees you and is working in your life. God's plan is for your good. Next, God assures us that His plans are to prosper you and not to harm you. Now, I know life doesn't always feel like prosperity. There are moments of pain, loss, and disappointment that make us question this promise. But here's the truth. God's definition of prosperity goes far beyond material wealth or comfort. God is invested in your spiritual growth, your character, and your eternal destiny. What may look like setbacks are often setups for something greater. Think about Joseph in the Bible, betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and thrown into prison. Yet every trial prepared him for a greater purpose, saving an entire nation. So when life feels unfair, trust that God is working behind the scenes to turn every trial into a testimony. God's plan brings hope. The verse continues, plans to give you hope and a future. Hope is one of the most powerful forces in the world. It's what keeps us moving forward when we feel like giving up. It's what allows us to dream even when circumstances seem bleak. But here's the key. Our hope isn't in our abilities, our circumstances, or other people. Our hope is in the unchanging character of God. Psalm 33 verse 11 says, "The plans of the Lord stand firm forever." When we anchor our hope in God, we can face anything with confidence, knowing that He is faithful to fulfill His promises. Trusting the journey. While this verse is a promise, it doesn't mean life will always be easy. Jeremiah 29 verse 11 was originally spoken to the Israelites when they were in exile, a time of deep struggle and uncertainty. God didn't promise to take them out of their situation immediately. Instead, He promised to be with them and work out His plan in His timing. The same is true for us. Trusting God's plan requires patience and faith, especially when we don't understand what He's doing. But here's the good news. God's timing is perfect. Isaiah 40 verse 31 reminds us, "Those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength." Your role in God's plan. God has a plan, but He invites us to partner with Him. That means stepping out in faith, even when the path isn't clear. It means surrendering your own plans and saying, "Lord, I trust you." So ask yourself, are you willing to let God lead? Are you willing to trust Him even when His plan looks different from what you expected? Remember, God doesn't call the equipped, He equips the called. He will give you everything you need to fulfill your purpose. As I close, I want to challenge you to live each day with the confidence that God is for you. No matter where you are in life, whether you're on a mountaintop or in a valley, God's promise remains true. Speak Jeremiah 29, verse 11 over your life. When fear whispers lies, declare, God has plans to prosper me, not to harm me. When doubt creeps in, remind yourself, my future is filled with hope. In every season, hold on to this truth. God is writing your story, and He is a master storyteller. The chapters may not always make sense to you, but trust that the ending will be worth it. As it says in Romans 8, verse 28, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. So go forward today with hope in your heart and confidence in your steps. God's plans for you are good, His love for you is unshakable, and your future is bright. Thank you for listening to my story. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. May God bless you abundantly. Thank you.